nothing.
So don't laugh at me. You're going to cringe because I'm going to introduce us.
Spider-Man doesn't have a calling, but I'm not going to say which one does because we don't like him.
Who, Batman? He has a calling?
Batman, he has the bat signal.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, I was talking about like a divine calling. I wasn't talking about a bat signal. I was like, really? He's Christian? He serves God?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know. Welcome back, Saladitos, to another episode. And today we have Lisa. Say hi,
Hi,
Lisa.
guys.
So, yeah, Lisa, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
What do you want to know? What do y'all want to know?
What do you guys want to know?
So my name is really Elizabeth. Just,
Get in the car, Elizabeth.
So I've never seen that show, but I've been told about it because my name is Elizabeth. I'm 34. I don't know.
What else? What do you...
I work. Just came out of work.
Yeah, she's here for you guys.
And then I was forced to be here. No.
She really was.
I was.
No, she wasn't. She acts like she was forced.
Always. I have to be dramatic.
Yeah. She
Always a little dramatic.
Yeah. She wouldn't be a saladita if she wasn't a little dramatic.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what else? What else can we know? What else would you like them to know about you? About yourself?
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
I'm very private.
Sounds about like her.
I am very private.
And very awkward. Mm-hmm. Like right
awkward
now.
Too.
Awkward. I feel awkward.
She's laughing.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of bloopers at the end, guys.
Yeah, there's going to be funny. Like we're going to
Just so you know, we're always laughing together. So
yeah, we cannot.
That's what you'll see.
We cannot take ourselves any serious at all.
No. At all. She's laughing. Why? Who knows?
Because I know how much cringing inside right now. So I'm like cringing for you and me. Out loud, not in the inside. That's okay. Calm down, Yadith. Relax. It's not that serious.
We're going to be here till 2 in the morning.
Okay, so we're going to go to today's topic because we're not going to get through this at all.
We're not.
Yeah, if we don't like just roll on and roll in.
Yes.
So do you want to give a little bit about the topic? What are we going to talk about today?
So today I wanted to talk about, because Yadith asked me what I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to talk about singleness because I know about it a lot. And because I have been I'm very observant. So I've been hearing a lot of, oh, I want to get married already. I want to have children. And they're like 19. I'm like, y'all need to calm down.
It seems like a lot of people want to get married fast.
Very fast.
And I think we've talked
about it like
multiple
you guys
times.
need to chill. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always tell the youth wait,
why
are you going to get married? Why are you dating each other?
Yeah.
That's like the biggest one that, where within the youth is like they're not even sure if they're gonna last, and they're like trying to date each other and stuff, and that's like very hard because when that breakup happens, we've seen it multiple times, like one of the person leaves.
Yes, and it causes problems because a lot of the times they started dating and one person started coming to church only because they were dating said person.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes a conflict. It's like we're trying to be positive about it and be like, you know what, that's a soul and stuff like that.
Yes.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, someone gets hurt.
Yes.
And it takes one out, and it's it kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. But it also kind of shows the reason why they were here in the first place.
Yes. Well, and then that also, easy segue to lead into is, why are you dating someone who isn't a Christian or who isn't right with God?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were, one, they would have probably already been coming to this church or coming to a different church,
Yeah, that's true.
and it would have been fine and, amicable or whatever it is. And
It just
it's
doesn't.
not, because we're dating people we want to be Christian,
Or change.
or we want to change them. We want to be the ones to change them. And it's like, well, no, you're not God. Calm down.
I need you to chill out and go take a cold shower.
Take a step back. Take a cold shower. Take cold showers, guys.
It keeps you young.
Yes. Keeps those skin cells in the face growing.
Yeah. I know. That is true, though.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so you mentioned that. And then not only that, but not only what we mentioned, but I feel like, and I was telling you about it, like,
Yes.
growing up, it's
Mhm.
always this perception, like, you need to get married.
Yes.
You need to, like, expectation. Like, you
Yes.
need to get married. You need to have kids. And then you see it as children. We play with dolls. We play with family with our dolls. And we play,
Yeah.
these house.
And then you're like making them get married,
Yeah.
and like they make the little baby dolls. They make like little pregnant Barbies.
Yeah.
It's like so embedded in just society in general
Mhm.
of, you have to get married, you have to have the kids, you have to do this, and this for your life to be good. And so I think a lot of the times they also expect everyone to want to do that.
Yeah.
They expect everyone to want to get married and to want to have kids. And if you don't, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Why aren't you doing it? And it's like, well, not everybody needs that.
Yeah. So you've been asked, like, wait, so I wouldn't know how to ask this, but like, you've been asked, like, what have you been asked about marriage or about family or about anything?
A lot of things. I feel like those questions are personal. And
Oh,
why
yeah.
are you asking people these things?
Yeah.
So I have been asked, so why are you single?
Oh.
Bro, I don't know. Ask God. Don't ask me.
Okay, so that's it. I mean, that would be like a weird
Like,
one.
I don't know.
Like, something must be wrong with me.
So what's going on?
Yeah.
So why
okay.
don't you have children, bro? I don't got a husband. What do you mean?
It takes two to tangle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I've been asked that, and then I've also heard the comments, not directly to me, like to my face or about me, but I'm in the room and I'm like, y'all know I'm here, right?
Yeah.
So I've heard they'll make a comment about somebody else. Oh, finally she got married. She was getting old. And I'm like, bro, I'm older than her.
Oh my god.
What do y'all think about me?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've heard those comments and I'm just like, okay. But I hear it all the time, even when it's obviously like a cultural thing and like a society thing, and it's also within the church as well. But yet you want them to wait to meet the right person, but you're telling them, oh, you need to get married. You need to get married.
They're on a timing.
Like they're on a time clock.
Yeah.
Like you need to do it now.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Forget waiting for God then.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why a lot of people rush it and they marry someone who isn't ideal for them. Or they're not ideal for the other person.
Because they feel the pressure of not only their parents, maybe,
Yeah.
not only society, but also like the culture, everything.
Yes.
And even within yourself, like maybe your parents are not telling you to move out or to get married, but it's like you feel like you have pressure, like you have to meet these certain goals at a certain time in order for you to be successful.
Yes. And then I also had someone tell me, which I was like, girl, you're crazy. I had someone tell me like, well, don't you want to have kids so you know what real love is?
I am flabbergasted.
I was like, what?
Wait, say it again?
So you're saying my mom doesn't love me? Like, that's not real? And forget that. Like, so God's love? Like, what is that? Like, what do you mean?
That is so weird.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, so I was asked that. And I was like, I don't think that's the only way to know genuine love. And if it is...
To have a child?
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Oh, so they must not be loved or something.
I guess not.
Or felt loved. Maybe they get pregnant to feel loved.
Maybe.
Because there are some people that they like to get pregnant because that's the only time that they receive the attention.
Yes.
I've seen that and I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's pretty sad.
Yeah. I'm like, not the only way.
Wow. We see it in the Bible.
Yeah.
With Leah.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps having these kids because she thinks that that Jacob's gonna love her, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very unfortunate. So you could have just showed her that in the
it
Bible.
Makes sense,
you would have been like, here, you want to read in the Bible?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're like, I'm not gonna speak. God's gonna speak to you.
So here you go. Have fun.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
So what other questions have they asked you? That's like kind of like, we already did those two, and then what other one that you think it's like, oh,
when are you going to get married? I don't know if I said that one.
No.
Is when are you going to get married? Or the don't you want to get married? Or the don't you want to have kids? You don't want to have a family? Or I don't know why people associate being single and lonely together, because it's not the same thing.
Okay.
You can be married and be lonely.
No, that is very true.
Just saying, y'all.
No, it is.
You can be surrounded by your like entire family and still feel lonely.
Yeah.
Because I was there.
Or your entire friends, and you're just lonely.
And you're just like sitting there, like, you know, like a movie when you're sitting there and things are just going by.
Yeah.
You know, lonely and being single is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like they can be associated, obviously, but it's not the same thing, because I have been asked, like, you're not lonely? And no.
Yeah.
I like being alone, guys.
Yeah,
I like my me time.
Yeah. I always tell Joey, I need my me time. And he's like, what me time? You know, like,
you have kids.
He laughs. And I'm like, it's not funny. I really do need my me time. No, but okay. And then, so do you feel like, does it hurt you when they ask those questions?
It used to bother me.
Okay.
And so I really had to pray about it. And like I said, because at one point I did feel lonely, and then I felt guilty for being lonely because, well, I've been serving God for a long time. And so I was like, well, no, God, I have you. Like, you should be more than enough.
Yeah.
Anything else in life that he gives me, if he chooses to give me a husband, if he doesn't, whatever it is, like, God should be more than enough.
Yeah.
So I remember I had to pray about that. And I was like sitting in my room, sitting on the floor crying. And I'm like, I just feel so lonely. Like, but my family's here. Like, I'm here. Like, you're here. Like, I just feel so lonely. And it had nothing to do with me being single or anything like that. But I was just feeling really lonely. And so when I have been asked that, I'm like, I have felt lonely before, but not because I'm single.
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong questions.
Yeah.
But it used to bother me. Now I don't get asked as much anymore. Like, it's not something that they ask me anymore. But I think it's because of probably the way I've answered.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, me and my voice.
Yeah. You're just like, I'm done with you.
I'm just like, why are we having this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So you wouldn't get hurt, but it was something that you would be like, what, did you ever think that something was wrong with you because you didn't have anybody, or because, and if I'm being insensitive, let me know.
No.
Okay.
No. Actually, I never did. So, when I was little, it's funny because my mom reminded me about this not that long ago. We were talking about it. I wanted to be a nun.
What?
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that is.
Wow. I was like, hold on, God.
you're like, is my mom making up stories now?
No, but I remember I wanted to be a nun, and I remember, because where my mom volunteered, it was run by nuns. So like there was a nun who was a doctor, and then there was another one who was like a dentist, and the other one was like just the business aspect of it. And so I remember like playing, and I would put like the little thing on, because you know how they wear those things. Like I would put on a shirt, and I was like, I'm a nun and all of that.
Wow.
So I remember all of that. And then I remember like getting to a point where I was like, oh, I just don't want to get married. It's like I went from not wanting to be a nun to just not wanting to get married. But for me, it has never been a goal in my life.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because I know a lot of people need to get married and have children for, like, it's like a goal. They need that to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And for me, that has never been the case. It has never been like, I need to get married, I need to have kids. It was never something on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I did have to pray though and ask God, like, I need you to make me okay with it, because obviously I see the couples and I see the things, but so it can be sad sometimes, for oneself. But I'm like, God, wherever you have me, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. And
Like,
you're gonna be okay with it.
and just make me okay with it. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like, if you want me to have children down the line, you need to make me okay with that, because y'all, I can't stand kids.
Yeah. I used to be like that too. I can't, like, I barely like my own, or the ones that surround me. And I've always been like that. I'm still
Yeah.
like that. That was really never really my goal either. It was to have kids.
Yeah.
Maybe be with somebody. Yeah. But never like really have kids, because I wasn't interested in having kids, because I don't even like kids, and it could be the whole thing of, because I took care of my siblings when they were small. So I don't know if that's why, what was one of the things where, like, I hate kids. I would always tell my mom that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, that's why when I had like my first kid, she was like, I thought you hated kids, but I get
like, what you doing, girl?
yeah, like, why is this happening? Type of thing. But yeah, it could be something that could be challenging in a different way for someone else. That you may feel it in a different way, and someone else, you may be okay, or you may not be okay, and someone else may be okay or not okay.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't matter. It just depends on the situation and the purpose and the person.
Yeah, I think so too. And I've also been, which is crazy, y'all, people wanting you to wait to get married, but then they're like, why don't you have kids?
Yeah.
I've been told that too. Well, why don't you want to have kids? Like, you're a woman, you should want to. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. So I can't do anything right.
Yeah.
It's basically, what everybody's saying.
Yeah. And then it goes back to the whole from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because even in the Bible, a lot of women that couldn't have babies, they were like separated, and they were like, like banished or something from them. And then like, because they couldn't conceive,
they were looked down on because of that.
So it's like, it's kind of something that's very unfortunate, and that maybe now with society the way that we're going, hopefully it's not a thing anymore, where it's like you have to be expected to have kids, to be married, to do this, to do that in order to be successful, because again, those are goals that a lot of people place on children, and then when they grow older, like, I know some people, like my sister, for example, like for the longest time she's like, I want to have a baby, like I want to be a mom, and I'm just like, girl, relax. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you can wait.
And, and right now she is actually pregnant. But she's like, what? I think she's like 21 or something. And, yeah, that was like, man, like, but even when she was younger, she was like, I want to, some just already know that they want to be moms, So going into that and today's topic, we're going to be talking about singleness, how she mentioned today. So what do you have for us?
So I wanted to read a Bible verse, because in the Bible it talks about singleness and the widow and the person who isn't married. So there's two, but we can read the one in 1 Corinthians 7. So in 1 Corinthians 7:7. Okay, I'm shaking a little bit, guys, because I'm cold.
Yeah, she's cold. I turned on the heater for her.
And it says, "For I wish that all men were even as myself, but each one has his own gift from God. One is in this manner, and another in that. But I say to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them if they remain even as I am. But if they cannot exercise self-control, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion."
Ooh.
Yes, I thought that was interesting when it said, but if they cannot exercise self-control, then just get married at this point.
Yeah.
Because if not, y'all gonna be wilding out.
Yeah. You're gonna be committing stuff you shouldn't be committing. No, but it is true though. Like, what's the point of marriage?
I looked it up.
What is it?
So recently, like, it's very new for people to marry for love. That's not something that they did before. So before, people would get married for an heir to have kids, basically. So you weren't just marrying anyone. You were marrying someone who had good birthing hips or whatever, you know.
Man, picky. Oh my gosh.
You needed someone good.
They had one. They had even then they had standards.
They did it for status, you know, to be better in society or for money. It wasn't for love. Love was never the reason why someone got married back then or why they wanted to. And I think that's why you see it in a lot of movies. Like from back then, it was they weren't marrying the one that they were in love with.
Yeah.
They were marrying for different reasons. And it's apparently very recent that people are marrying for love. And I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
Crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could see it.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Like the whole queens and kings and.
Because you're gaining something from it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How did this speak to you?
So to me, I was watching this video and someone was talking about, obviously about single and associating it with being lonely. And she was explaining as to like how that's not the case, which it isn't. But then she started speaking about God and being single. And so if you read further on, it says in 32. So it says, but I want you to be without care. He who is unmarried cares for the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he who is married cares about the things of the world and how he may please his wife. So now you're no longer 100% to God. Mm-hmm. Because one would assume, you know, if you're serving the Lord and all of that stuff, you can give God your all. You can dedicate your time, you know, to God. You can read your Bible, you know, you read your word and all of that. But when you're married now you have obligations. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, you're a head of a household. Now you have to take care of your wife. You have to provide for your children if you have them, you know, and a household. So now it's different. Now someone is looking up to you.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, you're single and it's just you. It's you and God.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and everything else falls behind. Like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. And that goes with everything. Like,
yeah.
So you, like, when you're married and all that, now you have to worry about someone else's health.
Yes.
So now you're worried about someone else's bills, someone else's everything, mm-hmm. not just yours. So, like, when it's you and God, it's just like, or when that's it's one and God, it's just you and God, and just God takes care of you.
Yeah.
Basically. That's pretty much it.
No worry, you know, like, I'm cool.
Yeah. That's, yeah. And it's very, very true.
And your worries are not as they would be.
Yeah.
You know, with family and stuff. So, well, with like married and children and all of that.
No, that is very true.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's actually very true. And then when you're single, I just worry about myself. Like, literally, if I have to go somewhere, I don't have to pack up children to get into the car. I don't have to worry about a babysitter. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I'm literally just like, all right. So that's why I'm always on time, guys.
You know, yeah. And you know, a lot of the times I've heard people say, like, wives or mm-hmm. or husbands. I think I've heard maybe one husband. But a lot of wives are like, oh, like, before I go to church, because their husband or wife doesn't serve God mm-hmm. or go to the same church.
Yes.
Like, they're like, oh, well, I had a fight with my husband because he didn't want me to go to church.
Yes.
Or she didn't want me to go to church, mm-hmm. or she wants me to go to her church, or whatever. Like, yeah. And it's already right there is a fight. It's already itself. Conflict. Yeah. It's already hard for someone to go to church on their own, mm-hmm. and then now when you have someone is like, you have to listen to me because I'm the man of the house.
Yes,
you're not supposed to be going to church, mm-hmm. or you can't go to church today.
Yeah,
and eventually, like, they're like, no, I'm gonna go, whether you like it or not. So it just becomes a conflict now.
And then even that in itself, him, whoever it was, is just saying, oh, I'm going to go by myself, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that in itself was a whole problem and issue too.
Yeah. And I'm sure people pay the consequences
yeah.
for making that decision.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but they come to church and their mind is somewhere else. Sometimes yes. I can imagine.
Yeah.
That they're like, oh my gosh, like if that person gets like hit or or whatever the case may be, like they already know that when they get home, there's going to be a problem and there's going to be a fight. There's going to be physical contact, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And that is already like, so are you really at church at that point?
No. Like it may just be an escape to just get out of the house, but not necessarily a focus on God.
Yeah.
You know?
I could
which
maybe.
Is sad in itself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like another worry too, that when you're married, those are like, that could be another worry or another responsibility that one has for that reason.
Yeah. There's a lot of compromise married people have to make.
Yeah. Yeah. Me with my glasses. So I'm gonna tell you guys. So there was like, I told my husband, oh, these glasses that I want, and he's like, I can't remember what he said, but all I know is like,
he said no.
Yeah, he's like, no, didn't you tell the youth that you're gonna start saving money and all this stuff? Okay, and blah blah blah, you know. And then I was like, well, I can't remember what I said. You could really tell that I wasn't really paying attention, but I think I said like, well, I'm gonna buy them anyway, or I don't know what I said, or like I really want them or something.
I was there
or something.
She said, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah. And then I probably did say that because I grew up with a mom that was very independent.
Same.
So it's really, really hard. That's why these single guys
I thought about that too. I was like, God, if you do have someone for me out there, like, it's going to be very hard for me because I'm going to get up and leave and forget I have someone.
Yeah. And it is very, very hard because I grew up in a household where the like my mother was like independent. Yeah. And then not only that, but I also seen my aunts independent. They took care of their kids. They went to work. They paid for their kids' stuff. Like very feminism, like, family, very strong, very independent women, and it's hard for me sometimes. I'm like, dude, I do what I want. Like, who are you? Like, I'm like, and so it was just about glasses. And yes, I did say that because it is very hard for me to, even though we've been married for 15 years, I still grew up with a lot of like, I'm gonna do what I want, and but I still do respect my husband. Like, I might throw my tantrum in that moment and I might say, no, I'm going to do whatever I want. But then, like, I get home and I'm like, se me bajan los humos. And then I remember that I'm married. And then I remember that he's a good husband. And then I remember how fortunate I am to have a husband like him, because not a lot of people have a husband. And that's something like that. And that's something that I did tell Joey is like, because the whole preaching on at the event, I was thinking, I was like, man, like, I know that you were meant to be my husband. Like, I know that God had, we were since 9 years old. Like, I already knew that you were going to be my husband. And I knew that God had a plan for us. But the thing is that did we start it the right way? No. We didn't do it how it was supposed to be, but eventually we were going to end up together. But the whole thing is that what if these girls are choosing men or guys that are not meant to be them, and they get into a relationship and they're not like my husband. They're not like a Joey. Yeah. And it's like, man.
And that's the thing right there, is because even within the church, like, they'll tell you, like, God has a husband for you. God has a husband for you. And it's like, y'all, the Bible doesn't say God has a husband for everybody.
No, exactly.
Like, it does not say, like, it literally says it's best to stay unmarried.
Yeah, and then there was even girls like Philip's daughters who they were prophetess. How do you say it? Prophetess, right? Like girls that are prophets, like prophetess, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. And they were single. They didn't marry. They were unmarried. So then it goes back again to the whole the society, the whole culture, the whole like, you got to get married, and it's like, no, not everybody is gonna get married, and that's okay. But if you marry, then it's okay too. Like I said,
it says that there are people who are as well. It's also their gift to get married, because I don't know, maybe y'all kids are gonna be thriving,
or maybe your kids
serving God, and like, then there's a purpose for them.
There's like Ruth with what's his name? Obadiah. No, not Obadiah. With Boaz. Like, there was the genealogy, the generation. Like, some of them are supposed to get married or are going to get married because there's a genealogy to carry the word of God to generations to generations. And, and yes. So, but there's also this where it's single and then it's not, and we just don't know, but we, like you said, we can't always be like, oh, there's someone out there for you.
Yeah.
Because what if there's not?
What if there isn't?
And you're giving someone false hope.
And now here they are, because I was one of them. Here I was waiting, and I'm like, God, well, when is it going to happen? And that's when I really had to start praying about it and be like, well, it may not happen, and I have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your calling can be greater.
Yes.
And if the Bible is telling me that I'm now going to pay attention to God because now I have all of these things, well, maybe that's not what God wants.
Yeah.
Maybe God needs my undivided attention, and not just me, but from other people. Like, your calling may be too great for there to be any distraction.
Or it can also be that if you do marry, God knows you.
Yeah.
God knows exactly who you are.
Yeah.
And knows who I am. And if, let's say, you do marry, or someone does marry, and what if their spouse doesn't match to what God is calling them for? Like me, I'm independent. Like me, I'm independent. I've told you before.
Yeah.
Like, whether my husband is with me or he leaves me, I'm still going to serve God. Remember I told you that? Like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like, that's where my thing is. And my husband should just be my bonus. He should be.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you had to pray about that and stuff.
Yeah, I had to pray about, because there was a time in my marriage where like me and because my husband, he is having like issues with health, and that really changes the medication that he takes, changes the way that he thinks, it alters his mind and stuff. And so my husband is a very good husband, but has he changed from the time that I was when we started, from when he got sick? Yes, he has. He still has some of the things, but he just a little bit more impatient, I could say, and more like he'll get mad. And it's like before he was more patient, and I'm just like, like before he would just ignore me, and now like he'll fight me. Like, like if I'm like, no, I'm going to do what I want, he's like, he'll like fight me back. And before I wasn't used to that. I wasn't, he would just be like, anybody, whatever. Like, I'm done. Like, and he'll just walk away. It's just.
He's like, you're not buying it.
Yeah. Like, and then he'll just won't even say nothing. Like, he just walks away. But now it's like, no, now he's like he like me reta, like he challenges me, and I'm like, I don't like that. No, I'm like, no, don't do that.
Calm down.
Like I'm the victim. Chill. And I remember there was one time where I was like, so if my marriage doesn't work out, like I think I had told her, like, I'm gonna do this with God no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, with either he's with me, he's on board, and we're gonna go where God wants us to go together, or if he's gonna be in my way, then
move.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna go. But like I said, God knows us, and there's some of us that will not do that.
Yeah.
That will not be like, you move, even if it's your spouse, even if it's your child.
Yeah.
And so that's why sometimes maybe some people don't get married.
Yeah.
Because they know that.
Because your focus is going to be on your marriage and on your children. And God's like, well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just better to save you from that.
He's like, we just gonna give you self-control.
Yeah. Because the other stuff is a little extra.
You're gonna be doing too much.
Yeah. So it's like that, God knows, like I said, again, for like the 20th time, God knows us, and he knows our hearts. Yes. And it doesn't, like how she said, like, God has, you never know if the reason why you're single or you're still is because God wants to do what he wants to do, and he needs your full attention.
Yes.
Because it's very serving God and doing things for God is a great responsibility. That I sound like Spider-Man right now.
With great powers
comes great responsibility.
Spider-Man doesn't have a calling, but I'm not going to say which one does because we don't like him.
Who, Batman? He has a calling?
Batman, he has the bat signal.
Oh yeah, he does. I was talking about like a divine calling. I wasn't talking about a bat signal. I was like, really? He's Christian? He serves God?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know. We're bad. Okay. Are divided.
Yes. And I don't think it's talked about enough in church, because for those of y'all who are single in church, you know that we are treated like to the side.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, like there's a lot of things that are done for couples, for men, for women, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like in churches, there's a lot of things done for that. And then so, well, we're excluded out. I'm sure it's not intentional. In a lot of churches, it's an issue because a lot of things are based around a couple and based around a marriage.
Oh.
So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm just here.
You're just like,
no activities.
You're like, I'm here chilling. Let me know when y'all done with your whatever you guys are doing. Do those whole like single things. So how does that
what
work?
they're meant for? So you can find someone.
Well, there was I can't remember.
They're not meant for you to like
for God
thrive in your singleness and for God. They're meant for you to find someone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So elaborate more about that. Like about the whole events where you get invited and it's for like single people or single folk. And it's like, so you said it's meant.
So from what I gathered and what
the
I've
intentions
observed,
from the intentions of people that are organizing it, what is their intention to do this service for?
I don't know what their intentions are, but from what it looks like on the outside, it looks like, so you can meet someone here.
Okay.
You can meet your spouse here, but it's because it's also like preached about in the preaching. It's like God has someone for you, this and that and that. And it's never around of like, take advantage of you being single, because if you are going to get married one day, if God has that for you, your attention to God isn't going to be like it is now.
I see what you're saying.
And never has it been told to me. Never have I heard it anywhere. And I've been in church my whole life, in a Christian church since I was 14. So 20 years now? Never have I ever been spoken about singleness and with God and taking advantage of that. Never.
Oh, I see. That's a good thing to really bring upon the youth, especially because for some reason, like we talked about,
they all want to date and
get married. And I'm like, do you know how many problems you have when you're married? Like, there's just a lot that comes with the whole marriage, and also choosing the person who's gonna be with you.
Yes,
if that is something that God wants for you, because it's not always going to be that case for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. And if you are going to get married, if that's something that God wants for you, you want someone who is equally yoked as you are. Because I see it a lot. The women are leading. The women are praying. The women are doing it all, and then the man's just sitting back there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, hold on. Aren't you supposed to be leading?
Yeah.
And so even in that itself, it makes you like take a step back and think, maybe I should second guess this whole marriage thing, because if God had someone for me and has someone for me, I want them to lead me.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna be holding your hand and praying and doing all the back work. Like, nah, dude, that's your job.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's like when you are trying to remind, like, you're not going to be back on somebody like, hey, you need to read your word. Yeah. You need to pray. You need to, like, no. That's why I have kids. Like, I am in charge of them until they're a certain age. And even probably when they're older, I'm still going to, because they're always going to be my children and I care about them, but when it comes to like my spouse, like, I don't have to tell him, read your word. Like sometimes I'll randomly look at him and he's reading his word. I don't have to tell him.
Yeah.
Pray. Sometimes I'll hear him pray. Sometimes in the night I'll wake up and he's like already praying, you know? So it's like, I shouldn't have to be babysitting a man or a woman to be doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Because you're already battling spiritually. And let's say you're not really into your word and you're not really fasting, you're not really praying, you're already going to be struggling spiritually.
Now I got to worry about you?
Yeah, that is like probably even worse than you or not yours to begin with.
Yes. And
you're there fighting for them. And then let's say they do follow your advice. Okay? The guy.
Okay.
Boyfriend. Okay? You're trying to date somebody. Let's say you do. And they do serve God. And they're doing all of the, and then here comes the woman of God that God has for them. Or God calls them to be single.
Yes.
And
now y'all breaking each other's hearts.
Yeah.
And God does not want that.
Yeah.
I think a prayer that should always be prayed is, God, if he is not from you or if she is not from you, remove them.
Yeah.
And God will.
Yeah.
Believe me, God will.
That is one of the things that I have talked to many youth about on our one-on-one conversations. And and I even told them, like, I'm sorry I have to have this conversation with you, but one day it's like God is making me practice for my kids or something, you know, like, because one day, like, hopefully not, but my kids are also children, and they are also youth, and they are also gonna be a threat to the devil. So he's gonna come and he's gonna want to do what he wants to do, and he's gonna want to come and, you know, destroy them and stuff. And it might be a conversation that I would have to even speak to my own children.
Yes, because
I want the best for my children, and the best is God and His will. Yes. And if that person is not in their will, in God's will, then I don't want them for my children. Yeah, because then my daughters are gonna suffer. My daughters are going to go through things that they could have avoided. Yes. And if they're called to be singleness, that's another thing. Yeah. It's like God is calling you to do greater. He doesn't want you to be distracted. Like, that's another problem too. And then sometimes we wonder, because sometimes we find ourselves in situations that we don't want to be in. Yeah. Because we're in the wrong.
Well, and in getting married too, you want someone who is going to be able to pray when you can't pray. Yeah. Like, what if, God forbid, you know, you're in the hospital and you can't pray, but you were the only one who prayed. Yeah. Now what y'all gonna do? You know?
No, that's very true.
And, you know, like, the trials come and you're the only one holding it down because you're the only one who prays. Yeah. And you wanted to change the man who didn't go to church, but still hasn't changed.
Yeah. Something, you know what's so crazy? The other night I was talking to Joey. Yeah. And this was before we talked about, like, the whole conference thing that we want to do and everything. I was telling Joey, and I think we still haven't even came up with the topic, because you just told me the topic yesterday, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I told him, I think it was the day before the youth conference, or the night when I was, like, laying down. Yeah. And I told Joey, I was like, Joey, I'm like, do you believe that if you are meant to marry, and do you believe that that person that God has for you, like, you guys are going to match? So for, like, example, and because I wanted him to understand me, and I'm sorry, Giovanna, I'm bringing you up, but I was like, so what do you think, like, about Giovanna and Sebastian? Like, do they match or do not match? Right? Like, right. Do they just, like, click? Do they just, like, not click, but I can't remember the word. And then he's like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, see, yeah. Like, their ministries, like, on the same,
like, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense, right? Like, they were meant to be together. They were meant to be together. Yeah. And that was God, because everything aligns with the other person you're going to be with. Right. And I'm like, and it's not that they're the same person. No, it's just their ministry is the same. Yeah. Their, like, calling is the same.
There's an understanding. Yes. Of, like, I get what you're going through because I've gone through it, or I'm going through it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And I think a marriage is perfect for the two people.
Yeah.
Like that person is perfect for you and you're perfect for them.
You're like the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God isn't going to send you somebody else's husband or wife.
Yes, please. Stay away.
They're not for you.
Yeah. Clearly.
They may not be for them, but they're also not for you.
For both of y'all. No, that is so true. That is, but very, very true.
I do think God will send you someone, which goes back to like the equally yoked, is you guys may have similar things and like things may be similar. You guys aren't exactly the same,
exactly.
But a lot of the things will line up and will match up, and what I have and what you have is going to go into the same direction.
Yeah.
You're not going to be going completely opposite.
And that is the whole thing of also bringing up the gift together.
Yes.
Because that gift is going to be together.
And because your gift is no longer just yours.
Yeah.
Now
and it's aligning with the other person.
Exactly.
And that's what I was telling Joey. So for example, like because I told him like, I believe like we were meant to be, because I feel like we're also aligned.
Right.
I'm like, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, but for a better understanding, like someone that's not us. Sometimes it's hard for the youth because they want to be with the person that they want to be with.
Yeah.
And it's understandable, very understandable.
We all want to do what we want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that are people making sure that they are aligned with the person that they want, that they're going to be with?
Honestly, it's the last thing on your mind. God ain't even on your mind when you want someone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's your focus is completely different, which is when the problem comes in.
Yeah.
Is because if you prayed about them, or you said if he ain't from you or she ain't from you, then they wouldn't be there. And then that could be a scary prayer, because a lot of the times you want it to be that person.
Of course.
You're like, no, it's this person, it's this person. And it's like, but it isn't. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we realize that it can also change how we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've seen it.
Yeah.
Like it changes people's attitudes. It changes the way that they are. It dims their light. And your light should never be dimmed because you are the light. So the darkness should be uncomfortable, which I also read not that long ago too.
And you know what? Talking about the light, that is very true. Mm-hmm. Even though they're not a bad person, your light is still being dimmed.
Yes.
For I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. But it's not because they're just doing it. It's because, and they can, it's because we're letting them. Yeah. Because it says in the Word of God that if you are the light and you carry it, even if you go into the darkness, you cannot be dimmed, because the darkness will become uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it will leave. Mm-hmm. But if it's not leaving and it's sticking around, that means we're dimming our own light. So then we can be as they are. And then that is also a problem.
That's a good analogy, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is that's very true. And and that's where it came from, because I was seeing I'm not going to mention who I was seeing. They don't come to my church. It's just somebody that I've been praying for because I'm very, very concerned for this person, and they know that I am very concerned about them. And it makes me really sad that I feel like that light's going to be dim.
Yeah.
And it's going to go down.
Yeah.
And down and down. And then once you go a certain level, it's so hard to bring that shine back out. And that's where it started. Mm-hmm. And then Joey was like, don't even worry about it. It's not your. And he's always like that. Like, don't worry about yourself. Don't be worried about other people. And it's just like, he's not wrong, but it's like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not. He could be much like that. And he's like, dude, just pray about it, very nonchalant and very just pray about it. Like, don't let it dwell on you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And me, it's like, I take it very personal.
Yeah. You let it dwell on you.
Mm-hmm. And that becomes one of my, very much prayers for a lot of the youth. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that guy or that person, but it's just like eventually that's what's going to happen if you don't walk away.
Yeah. They just may not be the one for you.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Why do you think, have you ever seen where there's guys who you could be with a guy for so many years. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then later on, you see them with another girl and they're married. And they have a kid.
And they didn't want to give that to that other person.
Yeah.
I think it's because it wasn't the right person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they say that guys know.
Yeah, that men know right away if this is going to work or if it isn't.
Yeah.
And if it isn't, well, you just a pastime.
Yeah. Or a rebound.
Yeah. And women do that too.
Women do that too. Yeah, women have rebound. That's what Joey was telling me, because today we were talking about relationships. I don't know why relationships, but today we were like driving and doing our stuff, errands and stuff bills and stuff that we need to do. And that was one of the things that I told him, like, sometimes we could have like boys girls, because I was talking as a man's perspective, as a boy, and I was like, they have like, these rebounds. They don't care about this girl, whatever, right. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, well, you were kind of like that too before you got with me, like without insulting me. He's like, you had these guys and like, so you can't really have much to speak.
I love Joey.
Like he brings me down to earth.
He does.
Our whole point of this is if you are not meant to marry, that's okay.
Yes.
Like, there's no shame. There's no, like, crucifixion. There's no, like,
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
And just, if it's something that's hard for you to accept, like Lisa said, like, pray about it. And ask God was going to help. He's going to help you through it. And then, but if you're meant to be married, also choose wisely who the person for you is, because you have to marry someone that's equally yoked. Who is equally aligned with you, because then your ministry, your gifts are gonna align and go greater, and they're gonna be a gift to people from God. Just like being single, your gifts are also gonna be a great gift for other people from God,
and it's gonna align with God.
Yeah.
So, and then it also says that it can be a choice as well.
Where is it at?
To be single.
I think we covered it all.
Yes.
So I hope you guys loved what we had for you today. Hopefully she could come back, and Lisa is, our, I don't know what she is.
I am the treasurer.
She's a treasurer, but
I know what I am.
I don't know what she is, because I feel like she's more than that. Because she gives a lot. And that's why it's always hard for me to say like, oh, she's a treasure. And because she has so much that she gives us and gives to the youth. So that's why I see her more than that, and I see her like the biggest asset in the youth. And maybe I may not tell her that a lot, but no quiero que se le sube, por eso. Calm down. See, she's getting it. No, but it's just that. It's just, she's very important. Sometimes that's why I'm like, what do I call her? Even though she knows where her position is, and she very much respects me and give me this respect of my position. And I love that, because there's people that don't respect that or don't care. And that's amazing. But I also want to acknowledge her, that I know her position that is greater in everything that she does, and she does it for God, and she helps us with the youth. She's very much in everything with the youth, like the conferences, everything, the vigils that we have, whatever we have for the youth, she's very much there as well, making decisions as well. And how do you say it? There's no one I'd rather do it with than her. And because I know that I could count on her, and then I know that I could count on her to tell me like, you need to chill, or you need to like
vice versa.
Like I tell her like
I need to chill.
Yeah, and then some people won't tell her because they know there's like, she's small, but she's like snappy. She's like a little snapping turtle, and I love turtles. So that just tells you, you're not snappy, but
I'm just very blunt.
She knows how to bite back, you know. So, and I'm very much like, I don't care.
May it fall the way it falls. That's your problem.
And me, I'm like more like, I don't care. She could bite me, and I won't judge her for it. Care. I won't I won't hate her for it. I'll just tell her you're annoying, and
it's a good friendship that God brought together.
Yeah, and we'll just, keep going.
Which is a whole nother topic too.
Yeah, that is that's another thing.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, so it's like, and maybe we could do like more of these like little series, like
maybe like relationships,
now friendships,
like friendships, and I wouldn't do marriage, but you can.
Yeah. So there's gonna be more of that though, because we're working on some things in the background for that. But yeah, like comment, share, like, what do you see yourself as a relationship? Yeah. What do you see in your eyes? What is a relationship? Either is it good for you to marry, or is it good for you to be stay single? And then, and we can talk more about it.